Hi everybody, I'm Professor Rekha from Department of BBA and BBA CA, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. Today we are going to see about few handpicked topics in the subject interpersonal relationship. After watching this presentation, you will have knowledge about the following: counseling, participants of counseling, goals of counseling, factors and functions of counseling, steps in counseling process, types of counseling, importance of counseling in organization, and qualities of a good counselor. To start with, what is counseling? According to Smith, counseling is a process in which the counselor assists the counselee to make interpretations of facts relating to a choice, plan, or adjustments which he needs to make. Now, let me explain. Counseling is all about assisting individuals to find their authentic self, including strengths and weaknesses from which they can draw the necessary skills to move towards evolution and self actualization, which helps to explore one's highest potential. Now, let us see the different participants of counseling. Participants are those who are directly or indirectly involved in the process. So, there will be a client, and of course, the counselor, and sometimes the relative participants. The client is a person, one who seeks counseling. The counselor is a professionally trained person who offers counseling. The relative participants are those people where the client is also a member. For example, family, office, etc. Now, apart from this, there are certain goals for counseling. Let us see one by one. Counseling improves awareness for oneself and with others. It improves personal effectiveness. Counseling helps us to change in many situations. It helps in decision making. It modifies one's behavior as and when required. Next are the factors that lead to the situation of counseling. There are several factors which are mainly classified into three. First comes the frustration. It is a result of motivation drive being blocked to prevent one from reaching a desired goal. For example, suppose a worker, while on work, is interrupted time and again. The goal for the day remains unfulfilled and he will feel irritated and frustrated. And this situation becomes more serious when it is in long run, such as blocked opportunity for promotion, etc. Next comes the conflicts. The emotional disorder may be caused by interpersonal and intergroup conflicts. It is caused because of difference in views, values, and needs. Sometimes it is better to have conflicts to have improved approaches to yield better. And next comes the stress. Stress is a condition of strain that has a direct bearing on emotions and physical conditions of a person. Now, there are certain functions that is performed by counseling, and let us see one by one. The first and foremost function of counseling is it provides advice. Yes, the counselor listens to the problems of his client and guides them towards desired course of action. The second is the function of reassurance. It provides courage and confidence in facing difficulties. And the next is the clarified thinking. This helps a person to think and believe in a realistic and a rational manner. The next function is it helps in realizing the emotion and releasing the emotional tension. That's true. When your problems shared to someone, you can feel a kind of emotional release from your frustrations. And the next comes the communication. Counseling facilitates in improving upward and downward communication. And the last function is the reorientation. It gives a change in employees by changing their goals and values. It also facilitates people in recognizing and accepting their strengths, weaknesses, and limitations. Now, let us see about the steps in counseling. The first step involves developing a kind of positive, trustworthy relationship with the client. The next step is to define the problem. The problem often then needs to be redefined more objectively before moving on towards finding a solution. As the famous quote says, a problem well stated is a problem half solved. The third step is to decide what they want to change, that is, making the client to establish their goals. The fourth step, there should be a workable plan of action devised, and it should probably fit with the client's life plan, goals, and values. The last step is the follow, which ensures that the action plan is implemented. Come on, let's give a quick look on the types of counseling. The directive counseling is the process of hearing the client's emotional problems and guiding what to do. The non directive counseling is bit friendly, which helps in explaining emotional problems. The cooperative counseling is a blend of directive and non directive. It proposes active listening but non judgmental. Okay, why is this counseling important? That too in organizations? Human capital being the biggest asset of any organization, it is important to have them satisfied in the major aspects in order to be productive. It is important as it identifies the personal or occupational gaps. It provides timely and effective advice. It is a source of release in tensions and worries. It helps in achieving organizational goals. It reassures the employees with positive attitude. It helps in reducing labor turnoverism. It also maximizes the utilization of human resources. And now, the interesting part is the qualities of a good counselor. One should be a genuine enough person. He should be good in listening, which is the most important skill. Should possess unconditional positive regard. Should believe the client and the facts provided by him. Need to know the cultural aspects and its limitations. Should guide the client in knowing the better solution. Need to be honest and ethical in the process. Should possess high level of tolerance. Must be knowledgeable and educated in appropriate field of study. Should take control during the process. Must be empathetic. Should be non judgmental, that is, should not be preoccupied with views, should have a pleasing voice so that the listener feels comfortable, should possess positive philosophy towards life. Say, for example, the world is full of beauty when the heart is full of love. He should be an inspiring personality, must be professionally trained for counseling. Most of all, he should be a person who is willing to motivate and help others in problem solving. With that, we come to the end of the session. Thank you all. Happy learning. Stay positive. Stay strong.